Living begins with discipline. Okay? So, what do I mean by that? If you think about it, you know, most people want to do whatever they want to do, right? And that seems like freedom. But doing whatever you want to do will lead you to a life of bondage. It's going to, put you in predicaments because of the choices you've made without being strategically focused on, sticking to a certain path or parameters. And you'll look up and your life will be in disarray because you have no focus, because you have no path, because you have no, it can just be in one area. And so what you got to understand is discipline gives you structure, right? And so it seems like it's, constricting, having discipline. Well, I can't eat this or I have to do this at this time. But when you put discipline in your life, what you really are doing is giving yourself, more time because you're using your time wisely based off the things that you have to accomplish or that you need to accomplish. And so discipline is really freeing. If you're disciplined with your finances, you won't be broke, even if you don't make a lot of money, because you will learn how to live a certain way based off what you make and not what you just want, right? And then eventually you can get your wants because you've been so diligent with your finances based off what you have and not what you just want. And so we got to understand that. Like, think about this. You eat whatever you want. What happens? You get fat. When you get fat, you're out of shape, you look terrible, and you need the discipline to cut off certain things in your diet, to make sure that you go to the gym, to make sure that you do what you're supposed to do in order to feel better about yourself, have more confidence. Those are the real things that's really freeing. Those are the things that are really valuable. And a lot of times, we're in this world of instant gratification and doing things at a level that, it's unrealistic for long-term progress. And so I'm 44 years old, and so I've been around the block a few times. I understand life in a whole lot of different arenas, from being in high school to being in my early 20s and, getting married at 30 or 29 and, just having a kid in my 20s, going to college. I've had a lot of experience. I've had periods where I was so disciplined and periods where I just fell off completely, just looking over my life and like the journey I'm on right now. I've gone through some turbulent times as of late because of breaking my ankle and not being able to work and, not being prepared for a storm like that to happen. And that's because of a lack of discipline. I remember in my early to mid 20s when I was at my most disciplined point in life. You know, my I was 100 and maybe 80 pounds, working out, on my craft, staying away from women at the time, was making some of the least amount of money that I've ever made as a whole, but I was in a better financial position than I've ever been in. And I make way more than I did then now, right? And the thing is because I was so focused on attaining certain goals at that time, and I was not letting distractions, deter me from my path. I was celibate at the time. I had, just tunnel vision, right? And the minute my tunnel vision broke, the minute my discipline, went away is when I compromised and got involved with a girl, had a child with her, and kind of disrupted my life in a certain way. Now, my son is a blessing, so we're not going to even, that's not the problem was choosing to do things choosing things that directly went against my path that I was taking and expecting the same results. It's foolish. So, my message to all the young guys out there is that, look, when everybody's in this winter arc and everybody's doing this and doing that, like, the earlier you figure out how to lock in and the earlier you figure out, like, what it really takes to be the man that you want to become. If you stay in that zone and don't let anything get in between that, if you use your discipline wisely to do what you got to do, And you just got to keep it simple. It's really simple. It's not hard. It's not hard to be successful. What's hard is staying on the path. That's the hard part. It's not actually doing what you got to do. So just remember, man, like, figure out where you want to go. Figure out what you're lacking. Figure out what you really are trying to do and what you're trying to set out to do, and just like get a laser focus, get a routine going that you can stick to. You don't got to make it complicated. You got a body goal, like, getting shredded, bulking up, whatever the case may be. It's real simple. Put the work in, do something every day. If you got a project to do something every day. Chip away at it until you get it done. And don't let anything get in between your progress. Don't let anyone stop you from your progress. Stay focused and do what you got to do. The discipline is the key to living a fulfilled life. And, one thing you don't want to do is live with regrets. No regrets. So the only way to have no regrets, you just have to lock in, and you got to do everything you say you're going to do. Be a man of your word. All right? So, till next time.